Level 1. The Village Child. You were born in a mountain village in Iga province. The year falls in the middle of a long war. The war has no end that anyone alive can remember. Your village sits hidden in the folds of the hills. It appears on no lord's map. Outsiders are not welcome here. Strangers who wander too close do not always wander back out. Your house is built of wood and thatch. The roof leaks when the autumn rains arrive. The floor is packed dirt, cold under your feet. You sleep on a straw mat near the fire. Your mother sleeps beside you. Your little sister sleeps on her other side. Your grandmother sleeps in the corner. Your father is gone more often than he is home. When he returns, he never says where he has been. He smells of pine smoke and distant roads. He carries new scars he does not explain. You are 6 years old. You already know things that other children do not. You know how to cross a wooden floor without a creak. You know how to hold your breath until your chest aches. You know that the village keeps secrets. You know those secrets keep the village alive. The mountains protect you. The forests hide you. The other clans fear what they cannot see. Your people are called shinobi. The lords in the cities use a different word. They call your people ninja. They say the word like a curse. You do not understand all of it yet. You only understand that you are different. Your grandmother grinds herbs by the fire each night. Some of them heal the sick. Some of them do the opposite. She teaches you which is which before you can read. She makes a game of it. You learn the lesson the way other children learn songs. Your father returns one spring with a deep cut across his ribs. He offers no story for it. Your mother cleans the wound without a single word. No one in this house asks questions. Questions are dangerous here. Silence is a kind of safety. You watch the older boys train in the clearing. They move like water over stones. You want to move like that too. You do not yet know the price. This is the life you were born into. This is the only world you have ever seen. And the world has already begun to decide what you will become. Level 2. The Student. Your training begins before you can question it. At 7, your father takes you into the forest at dawn. He does not teach you to fight. He teaches you to fall. You climb a low branch. He tells you to drop. You land badly. The wind leaves your lungs. You climb again. You drop again. By the end of the season, you land like a cat. Then he teaches you to run. Every morning you run the mountain trails. You run until your legs shake beneath you. You leap over streams that grow wider each week. The elders raise the bar a little higher each time. They want your body to forget the word impossible. You learn to swim cold rivers with your hands bound. You learn to climb walls with only fingers and toes. You learn to hang from a beam in total silence. Pain becomes simple information here. You learn to hear it without obeying it. You study the 8 secret schools of your craft. You learn disguise, the art of the 7 faces. A monk, a merchant, a farmer, a beggar, a wandering entertainer. You learn to become each of them completely. A good disguise is not a costume. A good disguise is a whole life worn over your own. You learn the tools of the trade, the shuriken that flies from your hand, the grappling hook that bites into stone, the short sword hidden beneath a traveler's robe, the hollow reed that lets you breathe underwater, the powders that blind, the smoke that hides you, the poisons that kill slowly. You learn poison from your grandmother's old lessons. You always knew which herbs would not heal. Now you learn exactly how much it takes. You also learn the antidotes, in case a brother is poisoned by mistake. You learn to read the land like a page. You learn which stars point home in the dark. You learn to tell the hour by a cat's eyes. You learn the coming weather from the smell of the wind. Your little sister trains beside you in these years. The girls learn the craft here too. They walk into places no man ever could. Then one winter she is sent to a distant village. You will not see her again for many years. You are 15 now. Your body is a weapon you barely understand. Your mind is sharper than any blade you carry. The elders watch you closely. They are deciding whether you can be trusted. They are deciding if you are ready to begin. Level 3. The Genin. Your first true assignment comes at 16. You are a Genin now. It is the lowest rank that goes into the field. The word means a hidden one of low standing. You take orders. You do not give them. You do not ask why. Your first task seems simple. It is not. You are sent into a neighboring province. Your cover is a traveling seller of medicine. Your grandmother's lessons become your disguise. You carry real herbs in a wooden box on your back. You walk into a castle town. You sell powders to merchants and farmers. You smile. You bow. You listen. The selling is real. The listening is the mission. You count the guards at the gate. You note when they change their shifts. You learn which official is drowning in debt. You learn which captain drinks too much. You learn which captain talks too freely when he drinks. You memorize everything. You write down nothing. A written note is a death sentence if you are searched. Your mind becomes the only safe place for a secret. Fear keeps you sharp on the road. Fear also keeps you alive. You sleep in stables and under bridges. You sleep in the homes of trusting strangers. You eat what travelers eat. You become forgettable. That is the highest skill of all. A face no one remembers can return twice. You grow good at being no one. You grow good at being everyone. Both skills will be needed soon. You spend 3 months learning the shape of that town. Then you walk home through the mountains. You report everything you saw. Your handler listens without expression. He is a Chunin, a middle officer. He connects men like you to the masters above. He nods once when you finish. That nod is the only praise you will receive. It is enough. You go out again and again over 4 years. Each town blurs into the next. Each castle, each lord, each lie. You learn to drink without getting drunk, so your tongue never slips. You learn to sleep with one eye open in every strange room. You learn that the loneliest place is a crowded market full of strangers. You are 20 now. You have never killed a man. You tell yourself the day may never come. You are wrong about that. Level 4. The Infiltrator. Your skill at disguise has been noticed. They give you the work that demands patience above all. You are an infiltrator now. You do not watch a target for a week. You live inside it for years. Your assignment is a fortress. It belongs to an enemy lord. You do not scale its walls in the night. You walk through its front gate. You asked for honest work. You become a servant. You carry water. You sweep floors. You empty the chamber pots of dangerous men. They would kill you if they knew your name. You are invisible because servants are invisible. The powerful never truly see the people who serve them. You learn the fortress from the inside. You learn the secret passages the Lord uses. You learn which retainer is loyal. You learn which one can be bought. You learn the Lord's habits and his fears. You learn the hours when he sleeps. You let a full year pass first. You send out not a single word. Trust is built in years. Trust is destroyed in a heartbeat. You marry during this time. It is not for love, not at first. She is a craftsman's daughter from the castle town. Her name is Aya. The marriage gives your cover deeper roots. A married servant with a home draws no suspicion. But something happens that you did not plan. You fall in love with her. She does not know what you are. She thinks she married a quiet servant. She thinks your steady hands are all there is. You lie to her every single day. You hate the lying more than any danger. You begin to forget which parts of your life are real and which are cover. Some nights you lie awake beside her and cannot remember who you truly are. A son is born to you in the 2nd year. You hold him in your arms. You feel 2 lives now resting on your secret. The order to act finally comes. You are ready. You leave a gate unbarred on a moonless night. Soldiers from your own province pour through it. The fortress falls before dawn. You slip away in the chaos. You take Aya and your son with you. You never tell her what you did. You are 25. The deepest wounds in this work do not bleed. Level 5. The Assassin. The masters have seen what you can do. They give you work the others are not asked to repeat. You are an assassin now. The word is never spoken aloud. They call it a quiet errand. A quiet errand means a man is alive at dusk. By dawn, he is gone. Your first target is a minor official. He has sold your clan's secrets to its enemies. You do not storm his house with a blade. That is the way of stories, not of survivors. You become his gardener. For 2 weeks, you trim his hedges. You bow when he passes. Then, one evening, you visit his kitchen. You place a few drops in his tea. The drops are your grandmother's craft. He dies 3 days later in his bed. The healers call it a fever of the stomach. No one suspects the quiet gardener. The gardener has already left town. Here is the truth they never tell you. The best killing leaves no body that looks like murder. The blade is always the last resort. Poison, an accident, a sudden illness, a fall from a high place in the dark. These are the tools of a man who wants to grow old. You study a target for weeks before you decide how he will die. You learn his routines, his guards, the few people he trusts. The killing itself takes a moment, but the planning takes a month. But not every errand stays quiet. One night, a target wakes too early. He draws his sword. He screams for his guards. You do what your training built you to do. It is fast. It is ugly. It is over in seconds. You climb out a window with blood on your hands. You run across the rooftops. The alarm bells ring out behind you. You go home to Aya and your son. You say nothing at all. You wash your hands a long time at the well. You are 30 years old now. You have a second child, a daughter. You watch her sleeping face. You wonder what kind of man you have become. You wonder if a killer can also be a father. You have no answer. In the morning, you are a gardener again. Level 6. The Saboteur. After years of quiet errands, they move you again. You are a saboteur now. You no longer kill one man. You break the thing 1,000 men depend on. Your craft becomes fire, water, rumor, and ruin. You learn the secrets of gunpowder. You learn how one fire can take a whole castle. A castle is wood and paper and pride. All 3 of them burn. Your assignment in the dry season is a supply depot. Months of rice and weapons sit behind its walls. An army cannot march on an empty stomach. You study the wind for a week. You wait for the night it turns toward the storehouses. You scale the wall with the hook from your boyhood. You set 3 fires at once. The guards smell smoke too late. The depot is already lost. You watch the orange glow from a hill far away. A whole campaign collapses from one night of work. The enemy lord blames his own careless cooks. He never imagines a single shadow did it. But sabotage is not always fire. Sometimes it is only a whisper. You learn to spread a rumor like poison in a well. You start a story in an enemy town. The story says 2 captains are plotting against their lord. The lord is already fearful. He has both men killed. You destroyed his finest officers without a blade. You travel to many provinces in these years. You burn bridges before armies can cross them. You poison wells that an enemy was counting on. You cut the ropes of a ferry in the dark. 100 soldiers drown without ever seeing you. You feel less about it than you once would have. You have noticed that change in yourself. You do not look at it too closely. There is nothing useful down that road. You have become very good at not feeling things. That skill keeps you alive, and it slowly hollows you out. This is the work you are best at now. You make armies defeat themselves. You are 35. Your son is 10 years old. He is fast and quiet and clever. You see your own childhood in him. It frightens you more than any enemy. You do not want this life for him. But the village decides, not the father. The same way the village decided for you. You watch him train and you say nothing. There is nothing a father can say. Aya has begun to suspect the truth. She watches you leave and return too often. She says nothing, and neither do you. Level 7. The Chunin. You're too valuable now to send out alone. A man who knows this much cannot be caught. They promote you to Chunin. It is the middle rank of your craft. The word means a hidden one of the middle standing. You become the bridge now. Above you sit the masters who plan great operations. Below you sit the Genin who carry them out. Your job is to turn a command into a mission men survive. You take young agents like the boy you once were. You give them their covers and their tools. You give them their orders and their warnings. You decide who is ready for the field. You decide who will only die in it. That decision sits heavy on your chest. One summer, you send a young man to a castle town. He is bright and eager. He reminds you of yourself at 16. He does not come back. You write nothing about him. There is nothing safe to write. You carry his face where you keep all your dead. That place grows more crowded every year. You learn to grieve in private and give orders in public. A commander who shows his grief soon loses the men who follow him. You manage many operations at once now. You hold a map of a dozen provinces in your head. You know which lord is rising. You know which one is about to fall. You know which clan owes you a favor. You know which clan wants you dead. You meet your handlers in tea houses and temples. You speak in words that sound like nothing. You have built a network of eyes across the land. A farmer here, a merchant there, a courtesan in a far castle town. They all report to you. Most of them never learn your real name. You spend your days planning and waiting. Waiting is the hardest part of command. You send men into the dark. Then you wait to learn who returns. Some nights, no one returns at all. You are 42 now. Aya knows by now what you are. She figured it out years ago. She chose to stay anyway. That choice is the greatest gift you have been given. Your daughter is grown enough to marry now. You find her a husband far from this life. You want at least one child clear of the shadows. She leaves the village and does not look back. You are glad of it, and it breaks your heart. Your son has begun his training in the village. You could not stop it. You can only pray the craft is kinder to him. It was not kind to you. Level 8. The Jonin. The old master of your clan grows ill. He begins to name his successors. Your name is among them. You become a Jonin. It is the highest rank of your craft. The word means a hidden one of the highest standing. You no longer carry a sword on a mission. You carry whole provinces in your mind. You do not infiltrate castles anymore. You decide which castles will fall. You decide who will bring them down and when. You sit with the clan elders. Together, you plan entire campaigns. You command dozens of agents you will never meet. Inside the village, you answer to almost no one. But the village cannot feed itself on secrets. So you answer to the lord who pays. A great daimyo hires your clan. He commands thousands of soldiers. He needs his enemies' plans before they are made. You sell him secrets and sabotage. You sell him the occasional quiet errand. You meet him only a handful of times. He looks at you the way men look at a weapon. He looks at you with respect. He looks at you with the wish you served someone else. You negotiate the price of your clan's loyalty. You are paid in rice and in silver. You are paid in the safety of your village. You learn a hard truth in these years. Even shadows must serve a master with a face. A clan that serves no lord soon starves. You also protect your own people now. When an agent is captured, you decide his fate. Sometimes you can save him. Sometimes the rescue would cost more lives than it saves. You make that calculation with dry eyes. You make it with a sick and heavy heart. You sit in a meeting with the daimyo and 3 of his generals. They argue about an enemy castle they cannot take by force. You offer them a way in through a single bribed gatekeeper. The castle falls a month later, and no one in that room thanks you. They cannot afford to admit that shadows won their battle. The country is changing around you. A new kind of warlord is rising. He does not fight with honor or old rules. He fights to erase every clan that stands apart. You feel the storm coming long before it arrives. You prepare the village as best you can. You hide caches of food and weapons in the hills. You teach the young the oldest escape routes. You hope you are wrong about the storm. You know in your gut that you are not. You are 50 years old. Your son is a Genin in the field now. He walks the same path you once walked. You sign the orders that send him into danger. It is the hardest thing your hands have done. You tell yourself he is good. You tell yourself he will come home. You are not sure you believe it. Level 9. The Clan Master. The old master finally dies. The clan turns to you. You are the master now. You are the head of the shadows. Everything the clan does flows through you. Every agent, every mission, every secret, every coin. You command hundreds of shinobi across the country. You hold the lives of whole families in your hands. The clans of Iga and Koga treat you as an equal. Great lords send messengers to your village. They come asking for your help. You have become a power no army can see. You are a power no map can show. You sit at the center of a vast web. The web spans the entire land. But a great war is brewing. One ruler is trying to bind every province under one banner. He fears your kind above all others. He knows 1,000 soldiers can be counted. He knows a shadow cannot. He has tried to buy your loyalty, and you have refused him twice. A man who serves the conqueror today is killed by him tomorrow. You have seen it happen to better clans than your own. And so he comes for the village. His army marches into your mountains. These mountains protected your people for centuries. They protect them no longer. The soldiers burn the forest that hid you. They put your homes to the torch. You fight the only way your people know. You do not meet them in open battle. You bleed them in the dark. You set traps in the narrow passes. You set fires and ambushes in the night. For every shinobi who falls, 100 soldiers fall too. But there are only so many of you. Their numbers never seem to end. You burn your own records before you flee. You leave nothing for the enemy to read. You watch the village of your birth turn to ash. Your grandmother's house is gone. Your father's grave is gone. All of it vanishes into smoke. Aya is gone too by now. A fever took her 2 winters past. You held her hand at the end. You could not save her with any herb you knew. You scatter the survivors to the 4 winds. You tell them to bury the craft inside ordinary lives. You tell them to forget they were ever shinobi. A craft that took centuries to build is scattered in a single season. You feel it slipping through your fingers like sand. Your son survives the fall of the village. You find him among the living, and you weep. You order him to lay down the craft. For once in his life, he obeys you. You are 60 years old. You have outlived nearly everyone you loved. You walk away from the ashes alone. Level 10. The Ghost. The war ended long ago. The country is at peace now. It is ruled by the very man who burned your home to the ground. You are an old man. You live in a small house in a quiet town where no one knows your name. You sell medicine, the same herbs your grandmother taught you to grind by the fire as a boy. The cover you first wore at 16 has slowly become your entire life. You are simply a quiet old healer with steady hands and tired eyes. No one in this town would believe the things those hands have done. The craft is dying now. A land at peace has little use for shadows trained for endless war. The young men do not want to learn the 8 schools or the 7 faces. They want farms and wives and a future they can speak about out loud. You do not blame them for it. Your son lives in a distant province. He hung up the craft after the village fell, and he never picked it up again. He is a farmer now, with calloused hands and a quiet life. He has children of his own, your grandchildren, and they will never know what you were. That is exactly what you wanted for them. That is the only victory you ever truly cared about. You light a candle for Aya on the night she died, every single year. You have never stopped missing her. Your hands still remember every lock you ever picked. They still remember every poison you once measured by candlelight. The body does not forget what the heart tries to bury. Sometimes, late at night, the old life returns to you uninvited. The fortress you brought down from the inside. The faces of the men you sent into the dark who never came home. The gardener, the servant, the medicine seller. All the men you once pretended to be. You wonder which of them was real, and whether any of them was ever truly you. You think you have finally become a man without a name, and you are at peace with that. A few legends still drift through the towns. Stories of a shadow who could walk through walls and vanish into smoke. Some of those stories are about you, twisted beyond all recognition by time and fear. You smile when you hear them. The truth was so much quieter and so much sadder than any story. You die one autumn in your sleep, an old healer mourned by neighbors who never knew you. No grave marker tells the truth of your life. There is only a half-remembered story of a shadow that once moved unseen through the world. Somewhere in a mountain village the new lords have not yet found, a child is being born. His father is gone more than he is home, and he smells of pine smoke and distant roads. The boy already knows how to move without a sound. He already knows the village keeps its secrets. He has no idea what those secrets will one day ask of him. He has no idea who he will be forced to become. But he will learn. They always do. The cycle continues.